Hi guys, long time no makeup tutorial. So let's get into my everyday soft glam makeup routine. This is going to be a combination of all of my favorite products, favorite techniques, and the way I get a flawless beat that lasts all day. I'm not going to waste any time, so let's get right into it. Let's get into my face. Come closer. Now you're all up in my face. And the first step of my makeup routine are my lash clusters, guys. I became a lash cluster girl like sometime in December last year, and I actually really enjoy them a lot. I don't wear them for days on end. I put them on just when I have makeup on, and I always take them off at the end of the day. But I prefer lash clusters to strips because I'm able to get that lash extensions look. They're really full and like super fluffy, and they're not too long. The thing that I hate about lash strips is the fact that I'm never able to find the length that I like. I don't like my lashes being anything longer than like 14 millimeters. So yeah, so after my lash clusters are on, then I move on to my brows, which is probably my favorite part of my makeup routine, and I always take my time with this. I start off by drawing an underline for my brows, so this is kind of like an outline to help me know where everything like stops. Once I draw that bottom line, I'm able to then start doing like hair strokes. Then I go into the front and then continue that line, that bottom line that I started on the ends, I continue that onto the front, and then I start doing the hair strokes in the front as well. I basically barely have a lot of brow hairs, but I also try not to get carried away, because if you get carried away with the hair strokes, your brows will start to look really dark. So recently I've been trying to be very mindful and just do like a few hair strokes and move on. I think because I have naturally sparse brows, I like to keep my brows as light as possible because that's just what is naturally on my face, and so that's what's gonna look the best on me. Big bold brows are not gonna look that great on me because that's just not what I was naturally blessed with. So I try to keep it realistic but still very snatched, because that's what I love about brows. It's just, I feel like once my brows are snatched, the rest of my makeup has no choice but to follow. Also, the brow tool I'm using is the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen in the color Espresso. So now I'm gonna move on to concealing my brows, and to conceal my brows I'm using LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Espresso as well, actually. And I think we're gonna have to do a detailed brow tutorial. I think that's gonna be my next makeup video, because guys, like, that's something that I just really need a space to be able to really get into it. I just have so much to say about brows, but for right now I'm gonna say I'm using this curved concealer brush, and I like to use the tip of the brush as well as the sides of the brush. And if you look really closely, you see like this technique I'm using, you'll see the times when I'm using the tip of the brush and the times when I'm using the sides of the brush. The tip helps me to get into like the details, and then the sides helps me to just spread the product and to do the parts that are not as detailed, if that makes any sense. But like I said, y'all, we're gonna have to do a video of me getting really into the details of the brows. To me, my eyebrows are like a whole nother thing of their own. Like, if I started talking about them now, it would actually be the whole video. So we really just have to dedicate a whole video to the brows themselves. After I finish concealing my brows, I like to drag the concealer down to my eyelids. I actually started doing this recently. I just like the way it makes my lashes pop. And then I go in with a small blending brush to blend out the concealer all over my lids and under my eyebrows. And recently on Facebook, people have been telling me that my brows look like a unibrow, like they're too close together. So now I'm like a little self-conscious about that. So I've started going in with my blending brush and like separating my brows. Like, you see me going in between them and actually like making a little bit of space between them. Moving on to priming, I like to prime with two different primers. Both of these primers are from Milk. First, I go in with the Milk Pore Eclipse primer. This is a pore blurring primer. So this primer's purpose is to blur out my pores and fill in my pores so they're not as visible through my makeup. And then I go in with the Milk Hydro Grip primer all over my face, and this is just gonna make my makeup last all day. It's gonna make my makeup stick to my face, basically. Now, this kind of falls under primer, but it also falls under like a complexion product. But this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm. Now, this is gonna keep my makeup matte all day. It's gonna make my makeup look as fresh as possible throughout the day. And I know this for a fact because there's been times when I haven't worn it and I've noticed the significant difference. Guys, this product is so amazing. It's also blurring, so it has the most beautiful finish. It does come in a universal shade that doesn't have any tint to it, but I'm wearing one of the tinted ones, and this is the shade 10. And now I'm going to go in with my actual foundation. I know it kind of looks like I already have foundation on, and I do go a little bit ham with it. You really don't need that much. But for for foundation today, I'm wearing the Lawless Forget the Filler foundation, and this is in the shade 29D. I also really enjoy this foundation. This is another filler, skin plumping, line smoothing type of foundation. I love this type of stuff as a girl who struggles with acne and textured skin. I always have some type of texture, some type of acne. I love any product that's smoothing and that's going to reduce the look of my texture, and this does exactly that. I always bring my foundation down to my neck so that everything matches, and then I also like to go back in with my concealer brush that I used to conceal my eyebrows and use my foundation to conceal the top of my brows. I know people don't like to conceal the top of their brows. I like to personally conceal the top of my brows, but I just like to do it with a foundation so that it doesn't give me that halo ring look. I like for my brows to look as natural as possible. I like everything to blend in as well as possible and be as seamless as it can possibly be, and I find that concealing the top of my brows with concealer brush is the best, and I just cannot not conceal the top of my brows. I feel like it just makes a world of a difference, and I think that's what really makes my brows look snatched. Like, you can see the difference between before I concealed my brows and after. See, huge difference, super important to me. And then another thing that I like to do is go in with my beauty blender to blend my foundation, but also to soak up some excess foundation on my face, because when you apply things with a brush, brushes are always going to apply more product, but sponges soak up product. So just to make sure that my concealer is evenly all over my face, I like to go in with my beauty blender to soak it up a little bit. So I do blush and bronzer before concealer. So first I go in with my bronzer. This is the Made by Mitchell bronzer, and I'm gonna have all the shades and all the products in the description. So if I don't say something, it's probably because I can't think about it off the top of my head, but I'm gonna have it in the description. But I go ahead and bronze first. I like bronzing first because then like it gives me like an outline for my concealer. I know that makes like no sense when I just say it that way, but like I think as we go on you're gonna see why. Oh my gosh, it's recently been brought to my attention that some people don't wear bronzer. I'm like, what world do you not wear bronzer? Oh my gosh, guys, if you're not wearing bronzer, you really need to, especially as a black woman. Like, bronzer just makes your face look so pretty. Like, if you're not wearing bronzer, you're missing out, babe. Like, put some bronzer on your face. Not only does bronzer warm up your face, it also gives your face some dimension without being super harsh. It's kind of like contour, but warmer. And then I go in with blush. The last time I did a makeup tutorial on YouTube, I didn't even wear blush. Definitely not cream blush. This is actually a liquid blush though. This is by MAC. I can't remember the name on top of my head, but I love this. I like to bring it underneath my eyes, kind of like as a color corrector. If you have like dark spots, you know, you go in with like a color corrector, but I don't do that. So I just bring in the blush underneath my eyes. Honestly, it's not really to color correct anything. I just think it's really pretty. But now we're moving on to concealers. I'm showing you guys my powders before I actually even put the concealer on my face because I like to get everything prepped, okay? I be having my powders on deck, and you can also see that I already dunked my beauty blender into the pressed powder. That's because I need to have it ready on the side for when I'm ready to blend, because we don't want our concealer sitting. We don't want any creases forming. We want to get right in there and set everything before any creases can even form. And another thing that I like to do is actually put my concealer on the back of my hand and then apply it to my face with a brush so that I'm getting a more even distribution. I think applying it straight out of the wand, like with the wand right onto your face, is just gonna apply way too much product. And one thing I'm very conscious of is like how much product is going on my face, and that is why placement is also very important. If you place the products exactly where they need to be, you won't need to apply so much product. This is my placement preference. Everybody has their own placement preferences. I honestly would suggest looking at a face chart. That's gonna tell you exactly where you need to be placing your product. It also is a preference thing, but it's also is like a face shape thing. I go by preference. I like to have like a sharp cut by my eye. I think it just makes my face look very lifted, but everybody has their own look that they like. And I usually don't do this, but I decided to go in with a lighter concealer to brighten up my inner corners. This is like a glam, soft glam look, and I was going out this night to celebrate, so that is why I'm doing a little bit more. And then I go in with my mirror to make sure that I don't have any creases underneath my eye before I then set with my pressed powder. This is what I was talking about earlier. When I said that you gotta have your beauty blender loaded with powder. I have two beauty blenders, one for creams and one for powders, and so I always have my powder blender loaded, so right when I am done blending my cream concealer, I can go in, make sure there are no creases, and then I can go right in with my powder sponge and set my concealer. So you probably heard me say pressed powder, and that is because I use a pressed powder, but then I also use a loose powder. But these are both setting powders. The only difference is that one comes in a pressed form and then one comes in a loose form. But these definitely give two different things, and that is why right now I'm going with the pressed one. With the pressed one, I would set my concealer underneath my eye, but then I'll also use it to set between my brows, the concealer underneath my brows, kind of like all over my face almost, but not quite. You can see all the places that I'm setting right now. I also set my smile lines with it, and that is because this one is like pretty close to the color of my skin. It's not super light. This is the Fenty Beauty pressed powder in the shade Cinnamon. As you can see, I'm going pretty ham with this pressed powder. I would highly recommend having both pressed and loose setting powders. I promise you it makes a difference, and when you try it out yourself, you will see the difference. And as you can see, this powder is so nice. I'm running out of the one that I have right now, but I'm definitely gonna be picking up another one because it's that good. Anyway, moving on, I'm moving on to bronzer and all over the face powder. My bronzer is the Fenty Beauty Mocha Mommy bronzer. You guys, this bronzer is just like my ride or die. Like, I've never found anything else that I love as much as her. Like, you see how the moment I put it on my face, like, it just warmed up my face. This is why I'm telling you guys that you need to be wearing bronzer. If you're not wearing bronzer, you're tripping. Okay, let me compose myself, but I think you can see why I am this passionate about bronzer. Like, how could you not wear something like this? Like, it's so pretty. Like, look how warm my face looks. Like, the moment I put it on, I just look alive. I look alive again. Your face is not one-dimensional. You need to bring dimensions back into your face, and you do that with products like bronzer. Now I'm actually going in with my all over the face powder. This is a MAC powder, and I'm going on all the areas where I don't have any powder. Wherever you put creams and liquids, you always want to set it with powder, and especially if you want your makeup to last all day, you're gonna have to set those creams and liquids with powder. Also, you guys don't know this about me because, you know, like I said, long time no makeup tutorial, but you guys, I am a blush lover now. I love a dramatic blush. This is my blush placement. I like to keep it like in line with how I do my concealer, where I keep it underneath that sharp line that I did with my concealer, and then I go ham. Like, you see me? You see me. Like, I love me some blush, guys. I love me some blush. And I promise you, it's not going to look this crazy at the end. We're going to set it with some loose setting powder. But for now, I kind of just pack it on. But I'm also trying to make sure that it is like ombreing well into my under eye. And that is where my setting powder comes in. This is my loose setting powder. This is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting powder. And this is in the shade Kunafa. As you can see, this setting powder is more bright, more yellow than my pressed setting powder, and this is the one that I use for brightening. And the way that I do this is I dunk it into the product and then I press off a lot of it onto my palm. You don't want to go in with a lot at all, and I'm only concentrating it in my inner corners and like kind of like into my blush a little bit. This is going to help the blush to blend seamlessly into my under eye, so it's not like a sharp contrast between where the blush starts and where the concealer ends. Like, you know what I mean? There's definitely an art to it, and every day I am perfecting that art. Honestly, it looks different every day, but like, I'm really trying to find a really good technique for that. So far, this is what I'm working with, but now I'm going in with my all over the face powder, but this time I'm using a smaller brush and using it to get powder on my lids. Basically, I want to make sure that my eyelids are completely powderified. I don't want any creaminess on my eyelids, especially like my crease. And I'm also using that powder to blend that concealer line next to my nose so that it's not as like harsh. Honestly, it always still ends up looking a little bit harsh, but I just try my best to not make it be as harsh, you know? That's just another thing that I'm still working on. But anyway, moving on to setting, I'm using two different setting sprays. First, I'm going in with the Morphe Light, is it called Light Lock? Life Proof. Oh my gosh, Morphe Life Proof. This is a new setting powder that actually dropped like 2 months ago. It's pretty nice. I like it. I go in with a fan just to like lock everything in. Once that's locked in, then I go in with the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Matte Setting Spray. They have 3 different finishes of these setting sprays, but I'm using the matte one. I used to be a glowy skin like girl, but since I started struggling with acne, I just like everything matte. Matte conceals texture, But anyways, I then go into my brows and like I just kind of like define them a little bit more, because you know I've put a lot of powders on and everything, so I just go in to just like give them a little bit more definition and bring them back alive, if that makes any sense. Then I go in with my black eyeliner and my waterline. As a Yoruba girl, I have to do this. Like if I don't do this, my makeup is just not complete. I don't think I've ever done my makeup without this. I can't remember the last time in my life that I have done my makeup and not put black eyeliner in my waterline. It's just like impossible. But anyways, I then go in with mascara for my bottom lashes. I feel like this is something that not a lot of people do as well, but I think it's so pretty. If you've never tried it, try it. Like it just does something to the face. I also go in with mascara on top of my clusters, because sometimes like makeup gets on them and they start to be like white, and so the mascara just like brings them back to life. I also like to make my very visible pimples into beauty marks. That's another thing that just like, I don't know, just helps me feel better about my acne. Now I'm cleaning my lips so then I can go in and line my lips. I clean my lips before I line them. If I don't do that, then the liner just won't glide on. But anyways, guys, I'm using the Huda Beauty lip stain, and this is in the shade Rich Brown. You guys, this lip stain is so goated. Oh my gosh, this stuff is so good. It literally lasts all day. Like when I get back home at night, I know that my lip stain is still gonna be on. Definitely give it a try. I always top it up with the MAC Chestnut. I think this one just like goes so well on top of it. I kind of use it as like a transition shade into my lip gloss or my lipstick. I don't remember what I wear this day. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be lipstick, but it's like my transition shade. I'm now taking out my nose ring and cleaning it, and that's why you see me like putting it back on and it's all shiny now. Oh, actually I didn't wear lipstick this day. I just went in with a nice gloss. Guys, I love these CoverGirl lip glosses. I think it's the Yummy Gloss. Guys, it's so good. I'm very picky about the things that I use on my lips, because some lip products actually make my lips break out, but I've been using this for months since it came out and it's never made my lips break out. So love that stuff. I'm cleaning off all of my jewelry to make sure they don't have any makeup on them, and that is my makeup all done. Wow, I really enjoyed this, guys. Like this is not my usual format. You guys know I don't usually do voiceover makeup tutorials. I usually talk live, but this day I just was doing my makeup for my Rooted graduation and I decided to just film this. This was so spontaneous, and then I was going to actually put it in my vlog. I filmed this for my vlog, but I was like, let me actually like use this as a makeup tutorial. I filmed this so well and so in detail, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope that you guys you know, are here watching this. Obviously I'm editing right now, so I don't know what the response is gonna be like, but I hope that this actually brings you guys in, because you know it's been so long since I posted a makeup tutorial. Also, I feel like I'm still trying to figure out my camera setup, and so you can't really see the real color of my skin, but all in all, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoyed filming it. It's been so long. I have missed you guys so much. My YouTube community means the world to me. Like, you guys are my OGs, and I hope you guys enjoy this. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.